Am I the idiot for wanting my girlfriend to take a pregnancy test? I, a 26 male, and my girlfriend, 25 female, have been together for 6 years. I think she's pregnant. I keep encouraging her to take a test and she refuses. For the past month or so she's been saying that she doesn't feel good. She's been extremely tired/fatigued, complaining of back pain and headaches, feeling bloated, and overall just not feeling well. I asked if she thought she should call her doctor, not necessarily because I thought she was pregnant but just out of concern for her health in general. She said no and figured it was allergies or her period was supposed to start. Her period is very regular, I mean I can damn near track it. She said that she's always been this way and has rarely been more than a day or two off. So when she was supposed to start earlier this month and didn't, she seemed a bit concerned. When she was a week late, I pointed out that she hadn't been feeling herself and maybe she should take a pregnancy test. She said there was no way she was pregnant and she was probably just re-regulating or something like that. I said taking a test wouldn't hurt just to be sure, but she wasn't having it, so I dropped it. She has a lot of fears and phobias, one of them being emetophobia, which is the fear of vomit. It's something she's struggled with since she was a kid. Usually even someone around her saying they feel sick will send her into full-blown panic mode. Thursday night she was supposed to visit her grandmother, so when I came home after work I was surprised to see her laying on the couch. I said, "You're home early," and she told me she didn't go. When I asked why, she told me that while she was driving home she felt nauseous and decided to not go. I asked if she was okay, and questioned the nausea. She told me it was nothing, probably something she ate. Being nauseous for any reason would normally cause her to freak out, and now she's being so nonchalant about it. She again blew it off like it was nothing. I again mentioned taking a pregnancy test. She has all these symptoms, why not just take a test and find out? If she is, she is, if she's not, she's not, and then we can put our minds at ease. We went back and forth a little bit. Basically her argument is that she's not pregnant, there's no way she's pregnant, and she wishes that I would just drop it. She stormed off to bed, I slept in the guest room, and that was that. She has been giving me the cold shoulder since Thursday night. We're usually great about communication. This is probably the worst argument we've ever had and I don't know what to do. Do I apologize? I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, but maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut. I'm not trying to push her, I'm just worried. If she is pregnant, then she has to get the proper care. If she's not, then there's something else going on health-wise that she should get checked. TLDR, my girlfriend has common pregnancy symptoms. I kept mentioning taking a test, and she kept refusing. We argued about it and now she's giving me the cold shoulder. Ita. Edit, I hit the character limit when I submitted this, and in my shortened version I guess I left some things out. But I need to clear this up. We've talked about kids before and, as far as I know, we both want them. It was a conversation we had before we even started dating, but that's a story for another time. Everything was fine before this, we both seem to be on the same page in terms of our future. If she is pregnant, she is not waiting until it's too late to do anything, thus trapping me in the relationship. I love her more than anything, I'm not leaving her whether she's pregnant or not. Update. Thank you for the comments, upvotes, and awards on the original post. I appreciate everyone's concern and especially those who checked in after. Sorry for leaving everybody hanging. To answer everyone's question, yes, she is pregnant, and yes, it is mine. She's about 5 months along and she and the baby are both doing great. After my original post, I was considering some things that people had said before. I thought it was best to drop it for the time being. We made up before getting into another big fight where we stopped speaking for a couple days. One night I came home from work to find her crying. She finally opened up and we were able to talk. As expected, she was scared and in denial. While marriage and kids were things we both agreed that we wanted, she wasn't in any hurry, so neither was I. However, we know 10 people who got married, engaged, or had kids within the past year. I think she was feeling some kind of pressure and we discussed being less careful about birth control. I don't think either of us expected it to happen so fast, and admittedly we could have thought it through a bit more. Once faced with the possibility of being pregnant, she admitted that she didn't feel ready. But she was also concerned that if she wasn't pregnant, What was wrong with her seeing that she definitely wasn't herself? She just didn't want to face either possibility. Especially since at the time her dad was going through a cancer scare. We had a long talk about all of the what-ifs, her concerns, and her options. It put her at ease enough to call her doctor, who was very accommodating. We weren't surprised to find out that she was pregnant, but we were a little surprised to find that she was not nearly as far along as we expected. The doctor determined that the symptoms she was experiencing that had us convinced she was pregnant were actually due to stress and not taking care of herself properly. Unfortunately, the past few months have been really hard emotionally because of some family issues. But otherwise she feels good and is doing really well. We are nervous but excited, looking forward to the end of April. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for not trusting my pregnant girlfriend? This is a throwaway account since a few of my friends and family use Reddit. I, 31 male, doesn't trust my girlfriend, 29 female. We've been together for 6 years and not once had a pregnancy scare or any pregnancies at this point in our relationship. We always practice safe sex. I always use a condom even though my girlfriend says she's on birth control. For the past year my girlfriend has been trying to get me to have unprotected sex with her since she's on birth control. I trusted her, but I wanted to be safe, so I still used condoms even though she disapproved of me doing so. 6 months ago, I started working harder at my job so I could get a promotion. I let my girlfriend know this and she said she was okay. I got the promotion. With this promotion I made a lot more money than I was making before. And then my girlfriend started pushing towards the idea of us moving in together. I told her I was not ready to move in together yet and to give me a little bit more time to think about it. I would like to talk more about moving into together closer to the ending of my lease, and I told her that. Which made her very upset and started distancing herself from me and being less sexual with me. It didn't always happen, but anytime I tried to initiate sex she would make up excuses why we couldn't have sex or outright refuse. In the last couple months we haven't really been having sex, but 2 months ago she told me she was pregnant, which I doubted, and I wanted to take her make an appointment with her doctor, Planned Parenthood, or even go to the to confirm that she was pregnant. She refused to do so and only sent me pictures of pregnancy test that she took by herself. I invited her over to take a test at my house so I can see it with my own eyes. She refused to do so and got very angry at me and accused me of not believing her, and why would she lie about being pregnant. She finally gave me a pregnancy confirmation from her OB, but it didn't have the conception date or how far along her pregnancy is. I asked her about that and she avoided answering the question. Whenever I contacted her OB office to see if I could get the information, she took me off her emergency contact list and refused to give me permission, so I have access to her medical records concerning the pregnancy. I would like to be a father and I really want to trust my girlfriend, but her behavior seems really sketchy to me, and she cannot give me any straight answers. She refuses to tell me when she has any prenatal appointment, saying she's okay with going to them by herself because they're during the hours that I work. I do try to work with her so I can get time off of work so I can also participate in prenatal appointments, ultrasound, etc. I would gladly participate in those, but she's not letting me. She also haven't shown me any ultrasound pictures yet, using the excuse she doesn't want me to post them on social media or let any friends and family know yet because she doesn't want to announce the pregnancy just yet, which I am okay with. I would just like to see my child and help her in any way I can. I know she has to be at least 3 or more months pregnant based on how sparse our sex life has been, but she keeps on insisting that we need to move in together, but she won't even give me the chance of helping with the pregnancy. I am getting sick of her, and I am to the point where I am about to end things with her. I just don't want her to use her pregnancy against me and making me be the bad guy by breaking up with a pregnant woman. Edit. You can get paternity test as early as 9 weeks gestation with little risk to mom or baby. If she is pregnant, I don't have to wait until she gives birth to have a paternity test done. Edit 2. We had open communication in our relationship. After she said she was pregnant, she started being dodgy and avoidant. Before the pregnancy, she hasn't had any problems with us not living together or voiced her concerns about it. My girlfriend and she is very aware that I am never getting married in my life. I don't believe in marriage. Marriage is not an option. She knows that and she stayed with me. I would love to have children. The reason I had so many precautions when it came to sex is because my girlfriend was still unsure whether or not if she wanted to have children, and I did not want to have an unintended pregnancy that she did not want. We were already in a long-term committed relationship, Unless one of us brought up an issue, there's no reason for us to try to force or push our relationship in a direction that both of us are not in agreement with. TLDR. My girlfriend of 6 years says she's pregnant and became dodgy and avoided when we normally have open communication in our relationship. She hasn't given me a due date or let me see your ultrasound, but is insisted on moving in together, excludes me from any OB appointment, and won't let me be supportive during this pregnancy despite me being open and willingly available to help and be supportive to her and our child.